What's going on, guys? Michael here, 360 Digital Closing. But we are live on YouTube from an undisclosed location here in Denver, Colorado. I am your humble correspondent, Michael Tanner. We are here on Thursday, May 28th. A great day. A lot of crazy news. As always, I am joined by the executive producer of the show, the purveyor of the show, and the director and publisher of the world's greatest website, www.oilandgas360.com, Stuart Turley. Stu, how you doing today, my man?
I'm doing fantastic. We've had a lot of fun, great interviews, and lots of news.
We just sat down. We had a great interview with Heidi McKillop. As always, please subscribe to the 360 Digital Closing on iTunes, Spotify, and Entercom's YouTube, where you can see all of the past shows. We will be cutting another 360 episode right after this, so stay tuned for that tomorrow morning. When we look at the markets today, down for equities, up for oil, and really the thing that got pounded on in the markets was the security side of the energy industry. SPY only finished down about 0.2 percentage points, only about 6 points down to 3,029. So it's good to stay above that 3,000. Tech stocks doing a little bit better, basically flat on the day, about a 7-point drop, 9,434 for the NASDAQ index. Dow Jones stays above 25,400, even for only about a 147-point drop. It was up all the way up above 200 points before, unfortunately, we had some labor statistics news that dropped that I will get to in my one big thing. Crude oil, though, had a decent day, up 1.75% to 33.41. 12-month strip, 0.7%. So back into the curve, gaining about 26 cents, 36.97 for that. Natural gas does very well, and this is where we start making some money in our 360 non-official fund. Remember, our entrance point for both our contracts, $1.76. Natural gas trading currently $1.82, up 5.8%, or about 10 cents on the day. Back into the curve for natural gas, $2.77. That's down about a penny, a little penny and a quarter, of 0.68%. So the back end of the curve not doing well. E&P Securities, XOP, down to 52.78. That's a $2.30 swing to the downside, or about 4% of the index. Oilfield Services, though, stays flat, gaining actually about a point. 2 percentage points on the day, about 20 cents, 121.19. When we look at the biggest losers on the day, these were really dragging that XOP index down. Centennial Resources Development closing down 9 percentage points to $1.07. Gulfport Energy Corporation down to $1.53. That's about a 9.7% decrease. Prime Resources Energy Corporation, big offshore seller, $74.18. That's an 18% move to the downside. On the upside, though, we do see some decent numbers at our Vesco Corporation, up 6% to 15 cents. U.S. Energy Corporation up to up to 660, a 12.8% increase. Midcon Energy Partners, $2.66, a 14-point index. But before we get to the international news desk, I just need to tell you, please visit theoilandgasconference.com. There's a new format going on for the Oil and Gas Conference. It's going to be a digital hybrid. We're going to be rolling out some new, very interesting things here soon, so stay tuned. You can check out everything for the world's greatest investor conference at theoilandgasconference.com. Stu, what's on the international news desk?
Hey, thanks, Michael. Appreciate you. Putin's at it again here. You've got the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. They've got another 100 kilometers to finish to get from Russia to Germany. And we've now got some U.S. senators that are looking at sanctions to help stop this, because it really will help Putin's iron fist on the EU. Next one is we've got Flex LNG has just put out their financials. I'm going to put that on my watch list. It looked pretty good. LNG transport, not a bad look on the plays. Back to you.
No, you're big on LNG. We just had an interesting conversation with Heidi McCullough about LNG and specifically how it relates to Canada. So we'll be excited to be getting that one to you. When I look at my one big thing for the oil industry, first, jobless claims came out. That's sort of what drags down the indexes today. 2.1 million Americans filed for unemployment benefits last week. That brings initial claims up from early March to 40 million people. So we just, our heart goes out to anybody who's currently unemployed right now. That is a scary, scary number to see. I'd recommend go looking at some of the St. Louis Fred data, which is extremely, extremely scary. DOE crude drops today, this morning at 9 o'clock. Remember, markets close Monday, or at least on the U.S. equity side. So the EIA moves back because of a government holiday. They move back to Thursday 9. Good numbers. Total domestic production down 100,000 barrels per day to 11.4 million barrels, which is a great number to see. Overall DOE crude increases 7.9 million barrels, but the key is Cushing, which was down 3.4 million barrels. So we can see all of this crude beginning to move back around. Cushing is all the way down to 53.5 million total storage. Gasoline demand was also up 500,000 barrels per day, which is a good number to see people start rolling out. And so it was a very interesting day. Markets, on the oil side did very well with the DOE, but also with this unemployment numbers coming out. And when you look back early March, 40 million people, it's just an incredible number. Hopefully we can continue to get this economy back open. And that's something that's going to be continued to watch on the demand side, but good for the oil and gas industry. Production is now down to 11.4 million barrels. My hat's off to them. I think they did it fairly, as quickly as they possibly could. And hopefully, when they go to turn these wells back on, we can steal some of these, there's 40 million people looking for a job. So hopefully when we start turning these wells back on, they can come looking from them. But really all I'd ask before we let you go, check out the Energy 360 Network by Enercom. It is the best way to stay up to date on all of your energy thought leadership. Please also subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, or Enercom's YouTube channel. You can find the 360 Digital Closing Bell. We appreciate you checking out the show today, and we will see you guys tomorrow morning for our long form episode number 20 of the 360 Digital Closing Bell. We'll see you guys tomorrow.